did you have... Well, it sounds like you have experience with that before, like back on Windows then. So
Yeah.
when did you start getting involved in this space, like full stop then?
That goes probably to most of the time I wrote software.
Mm-hmm.
First software I wrote when I was like 14. That
Okay.
was when I learned C++, I think, in school, in what would be considered
That
high school level education.
that is a rough class. C++ in a high school.
Yes, let's just
Was it a...
say we have a vocational high school
Oh.
education.
Was it a teacher
So
that understood C++, or were they learning it
no,
along
that
the...
that was what it was picked for our year, and the person just happened to know it and teach it.
Okay,
Let's just
okay.
say I learned everything myself. So, and I was still in front of the class, even
Mhm.
though I learned everything myself. I was three classes in front. Of course, I started a class early because by the time we started, it was half a year in because we were first learning theoretics of programming, uh, or not really theoretical. It was practical
Mhm.
using Scratch. That
Okay.
MIT program Scratch, something like that. Yeah, that little cat, I believe
Yeah,
it is the icon.
yeah. That's, now that
It's
I
a
think about it, that's
visual
actually a,
thing.
like a really interesting way to run a programming class, teach the concepts, and then move you into like an actual
Yeah.
language. Like, huh? Okay, no, I
Let's just
it's not as bad
say,
as I thought.
let's just say, without saying anything about my classmates,
Mhm.
I I was the only one who happened to have next couple hours free when after we had a test. So first time, professor sent me out. Second time, he said, "Wait here, sit on that back computer, turn on some text, some IDE for C++," and then he just dropped a C++ book, and I think it was a Slovenian translation of the actual C++ from the original authors or something like that. He just dropped it and said, "Start on page 1." That was my introduction to C++.
Wait, so he just didn't even
I,
want
I,
to
had,
teach you?
I was too ahead of the curve on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had a classmate who managed to pass the gauntlet after me, so he joined me then.
God.
Yeah. So then there was a couple of classes in front. So by the time we came to the third year out
Mm-hmm.
of 5,
Mm-hmm.
I taught myself Java and C sharp.
Okay.
I didn't want to touch C++ ever again. And by that point, I didn't want to touch Java ever
Yep.
again.
Yep. I know the
So
feeling.
C sharp for me.
Yeah, C
And
Sharp is just
yeah,
Microsoft skin Java. I actually like it. I know some people are like, my C Sharp
it
bad. Like it takes Java and then just makes it less Java, which is great.
it makes it a million times better. Let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
So from that point, I first learned how to do desktop applications on it, first console applications, of course, desktop applications, and then I started looking into ASP.NET.
Ah,
And
yep.
after that, I threw away all the knowledge I had about desktop applications because that's it.
Mhm.
APIs, front ends, and then came the then 2 years happened, and then came the fateful 17.10 release and me installing Ubuntu.
Mhm. Mhm.
What do you think happened? First thing I installed .NET Core, and that's what I've been using ever since.
Wait,
And I'm
wait. So
still
everything you
and
do now
still
is .NET Core?
no, it's not.
No, it's
Everything now
not.
is .NET because they changed the name.
Oh right, I
Now it's
forgot.
.NET. That is .NET. Not anymore .NET Core.
I forgot
But
about
yeah,
that.
when I write code for myself, I write C sharp.
Hmm. Okay. Huh.
Uh, Fun fact for people who watch. .NET works faster on Linux than on Windows. And Microsoft knows that and hasn't yet done anything about it. They also implemented a couple of features specifically for Linux that were not available on Windows or Mac until the next version. So I really don't care.
So what you're saying is that Linux is the definitive .NET platform.
Nowadays, yes. Especially for ASP.NET. ASP.NET Core. What are you gonna use? You should use Docker containers anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it works that great, because Docker containers.
That's a good point. Yeah, no, I didn't think of that. I guess, like, I know it's really easy to hate Microsoft for everything they do, and for many things, they absolutely deserve it. But Microsoft today is not the Microsoft of the early 2000s. They don't want... They're not going to be like, we are proudly a Linux company, because that goes against their core, we're trying to sell Windows, trying to sell Windows Server, all that. But they are fully aware, when they say Microsoft loves Linux, they are not lying. But there's also a little asterisk there, and then under it in very small text, we love money. And Linux is money.
Basically, it's money for them. It's what drives most of their cloud, or not. Let me correct myself. It doesn't drive their cloud. It is the thing in the car, and the car is made out of Windows. Still,
I thought it was a really bad metaphor.
Their servers are still Windows.
Right.
Just most of the things that are running on those servers inside VMs are Linux.
Right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, if you're doing everything in Docker containers, you're doing everything in virtual machines, you do everything...
If you're doing Kubernetes, if you're doing Docker, if you're doing anything like that, you're going to be running Linux, because nothing else really works with that.
Oh, you can use Docker on
Technically,
Windows?
you have Windows nodes for Kubernetes, but who uses that? Come on.
I'm sure there's going to be at least one person out there that's like, I do!
Let's just say, I think I know someone who does, but they use both.